You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Well, what did they expect, you know?
Like amateurs?
Quarter of a pound of air in them?
A very sad Sisyphus-esque moment.
Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name is Jerry Begley, and this is the only show that tells the Uber driver to make a detour through the car wash.
We want to welcome our new listeners from Redfern, Australia, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and Long Branch, New Jersey.
There you have it. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most complicated mechanical instruments in the entire United States, Dolly Carts. We'll be right back.
You gotta take care of Texas, it's the only one we got. If you're way up in Lubbock or down in Lukenbach, gotta conserve water, keep the air clean. Take care of Texas, don't you know what I mean, y'all? Kevin Fowler here. Texas has clean air, rivers, and lakes, so let's get outdoors and enjoy them. Visit takecareoftexas.org, pledge to help keep it that way, and we'll mail you a free Texas State Park guide. Take care of Texas, it's the only one we got.
Sponsored by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality in Texas Parks and Wildlife.
We're losing him, Doctor.
Quick, administer CPR.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation?
No, silly. Comedy Parenting Radio.
You're back with Comedy Parenting Radio talking about Dolly Carts. You know, we recorded this show over 2 years ago.
The very day we brought some stuff up to our art studio using a Dolly Cart.
And we promptly lost the show.
It just disappeared into the annals of probably the recycle bin.
No, I probably put the wrong title on. Instead of saying Dolly Carts, I wouldn't have put Dolly Carts or hand trucks or moving or any of furniture or any of that. I'd probably put it under something like hot dogs or butterfly snowshoes. Or I don't know what I left it under.
Guys and listeners, guess what? The Dolly Carts episode was the very first episode to ever be recorded but not put on air.
So here we are, revisiting Dolly Carts. How many wheels does a Dolly Cart have? 2
or 4, depending on which type of Dolly Cart you buy.
I just used one yesterday that had 4 wheels. I hate those kind.
How on earth would a Dolly Cart have 4 wheels?
Well, it's the kind that you can lay down and the handle extends up and then you pull it like a wagon.
Oh, I see.
Except for where this one was being used. They had it stacked high to the sky with boxes, and then they rolled it across gravel.
That's hilarious because it'll shake it off.
It did shake it off.
Well, what did they expect, you know?
How many people does it take to push a Dolly Cart? Normally one. Except for when you do it laying down across the gravel with boxes stacked to the sky, it takes about 3 or 4 people to hold all the boxes on.
So it would seem.
It's kind of like when you put wood on the side of your truck to keep hay bales in.
It defeats the purpose of the Dolly Cart.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Dolly Carts with more than 4 wheels?
Yes. They're called tanks.
I wonder how well a tank does for carrying stuff on itself and in itself.
Well, can you imagine a tank carrying a refrigerator? You just don't see a tank carrying a refrigerator.
You don't.
Right. You know, if they designed a tank that was small enough, they could use a tank to deliver multiple refrigerators to multiple apartments in the same apartment complex, you know?
Yeah.
In Afghanistan. It'd be sort of like the UPS of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's actually what they have for delivery service in Russia.
That's probably it.
They could probably just drive straight through the wall.
Yeah, it's the Russian equivalent of Amazon delivery drones.
Amazon delivery tanks.
Hey, Dad.
What?
So, what would be useful is it for the tank Dolly Carts would be you could take the cabbage out and the fish out, and you could attach the fish to the tank barrel, as well as you could take the cabbage and stuff it down the barrel, and then when they turn, it slaps the person with the fish and then fires a cabbage.
We have a nice little red Dolly Cart with 2 wheels and tires that you pump up.
The tires aren't always pumped up, Dad.
More like they're hardly ever pumped up.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain the rims look like ovals now.
We pump them up on special occasions.
Yeah, like birthday parties and Columbus Day.
We're pretty well known for moving really big items for friends with mostly flat tires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're really good at moving, but the tires are just nasty.
Oh, yeah. Our van tires, we've helped friends move beds, and the tires are just getting squished down to an oval and then into a square. Wait, square
triangular wheels. We're moving backwards to triangular wheels.
That seems like a giant step backwards from the square wheels we used to use. When we haul giant things for friends and they look at the wheels, they see the metal rims with this squishy thing underneath the bottom. They think it might be gum stuck to the bottom of the metal rims.
Yeah.
Those are the tires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing we have about 1/4 pound of air in them.
Yep. By the time you put a 300-pound refrigerator on top of that.
I mean, hey, we can haul refrigerators up rocks, so.
What does a good dolly cart driver use for holding things down to the cart?
Not yarn.
Not thread.
Not electrical cords.
Not 15 belts strung together with the buckles mostly coming apart.
Not seat belts.
Not barbed wire.
Not the hair that you got cut off at the barbershop woven into a rope.
Not twisty ties all put together.
Not rubber bands.
And speaking of rubber bands, not bungee cords.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That is a very bad idea to use bungee cords to strap stuff.
Can you imagine getting to the top of a stair steps and you're ready to go down and you bungee corded a grand piano to a dolly cart and all of a sudden it stretches out and rolls down the stairs?
That would be a very sad Sisyphus-esque moment.
Wouldn't that be Sisyphisic?
I don't know. I just said Sisyphus-esque.
Sisyphus-like.
Styrolophysicus?
Sisyphonian moment? Sicilian. I'm going with that would be a Sicilian moment.
Sounds good.
Let me tie this piano to your ankle and you just step up to the edge of the bridge.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing.
I don't believe it. My savings are gone. They're gone.
You're kidding.
Nope, they're gone. They're gone.
Okay, all right. Think about it. Where did you have them last?
I remember I was home, then I took them, and then I spent them on that vacation to Aruba. Then I bought this miniature suit of armor I saw in the in-flight magazine.
And that's the last you saw of your savings?
Yes.
This is so weird.
I know, right?
Weird? Not really. Not saving now means no money later. You'd be surprised how quickly a little money from every paycheck can really add up. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
The armor is cool, though. Oops. I think I broke its gauntlet.
You broke my favorite part.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Comedy parenting radio in the little cubicle. Very dangerous.
This is what the dolly cart sounds like when we push it down the ramp and it doesn't have any air in the tires.
Sounds about right.
Whenever you move giant items with a dolly cart, there's always this issue of narrow doorways.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And the classic one is someone who's holding on to the dolly cart to help steady it so it doesn't tip over, and they don't look where their hands are.
Whoever manufactures dolly carts, here's a shout out. You should put caution tape on where they handle it and write on it with black magic marker and say, don't put your fingers here.
Well, first of all, that's a recommendation, not a shout-out. And second of all, the people are rarely holding onto the dolly cart itself. They're holding onto the thing that's on top of the dolly cart.
Joshua, I was saying a shout-out to the people who manufacture it.
Yeah, but that's not a shout-out. That's a recommendation.
What is a shout-out?
It's when you acknowledge someone or...
It's like an acknowledgement / endorsement, I guess.
Hey, I'm giving a shout-out to that guy that just ran across in front of my car.
Well, would you want to endorse that guy?
Not for running across in front of my car.
Then why would you give him a shout-out?
Oh, wait. he's safer running in front of my car than a lot of other cars. When you take large items through a small door, sometimes you have to twist them and tip them different ways, don't you?
Yeah. You have to go sideways or diagonalies or
Take
sideways.
the legs off of the thing or whatever. Which was really bad that time we moved the Venus de Milo statue and they didn't like it. We took the legs off as we went through the doors to the museum.
Well, it's a funny thing because some people will actually get out their jigsaw, like amateurs, and they'll just cut the door bigger and then get it through and then take glue and nails and hammer the sides of the door back in.
It's true, when they could have just instead used the crowbar that they had on Memorial Weekend and just popped off the door jamb.
Yep.
Dolly carts really need to be a certain color.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It tells you how good the Dolly Cart is going to perform.
If you pick up a Tool magazine and you see a Dolly Cart that's white,
don't consider it at all. At all.
Yellow?
Maybe.
That's for hauling safety stuff only, right?
Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like signs or whatever.
Yeah.
Black?
No.
Definitely
Kind
not
of
black.
iffy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about red Dolly carts?
Red is top notch. Red is the top of the line.
It's like the fire trucks of Dolly carts.
Yeah.
Fire trucks.
If you see a red Dolly Cart, that's a good Dolly Cart.
Get out of the way, that's for sure.
Yeah, the farthest I'd ever go for a Dolly Cart would be a blue Dolly Cart.
That I would only use a blue Dolly Cart in an industrial situation in a warehouse.
Well, I would only use a Dolly Cart to cart something down a very flat place and not if it's very heavy. So in other words, I wouldn't be giving Josiah Dolly Cart rides on that thing.
Aww.
I would like to point out that 99.5% of all of our Dolly Cart use here where we are was never flat.
Yeah, that's true. But we live on the side of a mountain.
So we were always hauling stuff up or down a hillside.
Yep.
Or stair steps.
Uh-huh.
Or on ramps.
Yep.
Or into trailers.
Uh-huh.
Or off of trailers.
Yep.
Or rolling down the mountainside.
Uh-huh.
With a Dolly Cart.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Flat schmat.
Yeah. And you know what color our Dolly Cart was?
Red.
The color of watermelon and watermelon.
What was the piece de resistance of our Dolly Cart episodes?
I believe that would have to be us carrying up a large iron stove up the stairs.
Right here at the studios.
Yep.
This thing weighed about how much?
300 pounds? Close to. I'm going to guess 300 pounds.
Yeah, it was a very heavy iron stove.
About 300 pounds. We made sure to let air out of the Dolly Cart tires so it'd be harder.
Yep.
We were down to about half a pound of air. We strapped it on with...
We strapped it on with ratchet straps.
Good. So far, so good. And then we had to go up a flight of stairs.
Oh, yeah.
So, one step at a time, right?
Yeah, it was a process.
How did it go?
Heave! Oh!
And then bounce
about
it up the stairs.
every 3 steps or so, we would go and take a 30-minute break.
And where was Dad?
Dad was at the top.
And where were the kids?
Down
at the bottom.
Why is that?
Because Dad didn't want to have to lift as much weight.
I was the driver.
Yeah.
And so you guys had to do all the lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, if the thing got loose and rolled down the stairs, I didn't want to get my toe crushed.
Yeah, it was not going to be his toes that had to be crushed because, again, he was the only driver, so he needed his toes to drive the car to drive us to the hospital.
You guys are good enough to run down the stairs ahead of a rolling iron stove.
Yeah, we'll just Indiana Jones our way out there.
Exactly. And then, there's a door at the bottom. You could have ran out the door and down the mountainside with this big black iron stove rolling after you. You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio, talking about Dolly Carts. And we didn't mean the kind that carry Barbie around either.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Thanks for coming up here today.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And when you guys go,
Yeah.
would you look around and see if you can find my camo ratchet straps?
Dad?
Yeah.
You're sitting on them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, boys, hop on the Dolly Cart. We're getting out of here.
Bye-bye.
We want to welcome our new listeners from Redfern, Australia, Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Carlisle.
It's Carlisle.
Carlisle?
Yes, it is.
I thought it was Carlisle.
It's Carlisle. Say it.
Okay.
Carlisle. Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and Long Beach, New Jersey. Beach Branch. Carlisle.